So, good afternoon to everyone. So, today we are discussing about amino acids and proteins chapter. So, generally, the amino acids are called as the organic compounds which contains carboxylic acids, that is COOH, and amino groups, that is NH2 groups. So, those functional groups. So, the type of compounds are called as amino acids. Generally, organic compounds are containing carboxylic groups. So, that is nothing but carboxylic acid COOH and amino group NH2 functional groups. So, this type of compounds are called as amino acids. సో జనరల్లీ తెలుగులో ఒక సమ్మేళనంలో ఒకటి లేదా అంతకన్నా ఎక్కువ అమైనో సమూహాలు మరియు లేదా ఒకటి లేదా అంతకన్నా ఎక్కువ కార్బాక్సిలిక్ సమూహాలు ఉన్నట్లయితే అటువంటి సమ్మేళనాలను మనం ఇక్కడ అమైనో యాసిడ్స్ అంటారు. సో హియర్ జనరలీ ప్రోటీన్స్ ఆర్ ది పాలిమర్స్ ఆఫ్ అమైనో యాసిడ్స్. సాధారణంగా మనకు ఈ ప్రోటీన్లు అనేటివి అమైనో ఆమ్లాల యొక్క పాలిమర్లుగా ఉండడం జరుగుతుంది. సో అదేవిధంగా ప్రోటీన్స్ ఆర్ ది ఎసెన్షియల్ టు డెవలప్ యాంటీబాడీస్ ఇన్ అవర్ హ్యూమన్ బాడీ. సో జనరల్గా మనకి ఇక్కడ అమైనో యాసిడ్స్ ఆర్ కంటైన్స్ COOH కార్బాక్సిలిక్ గ్రూప్ అండ్ అమైనో గ్రూప్, that is nothing but NH2, and the general formula of amino acids is RCH, COOH and NH2. And here R is alkyl group. So here CH is alpha carbon and COOH carboxylic acid and NH2 amine group. So here the amino carboxylic acids are called as amino acids. So here COOH is a acidic group, that is nothing but carboxylic group, and NH2 is a basic group, that is nothing but amine group. Here two groups are is there. So this is nothing but amino acid is a amphoteric compound, and then both acidic and basic group is there. So the next classification of amino acids, amino ఆమ్లాల యొక్క వర్గీకరణ. సో based on the NH2 group, based on the position of NH2 group. So here the based on the position of amino functional group, amino acids are classified into three types. So here the amino ఆమ్లాలను NH2 యొక్క స్థానాన్ని ఆధారంగా చేసుకొని మనకి ఇక్కడ మూడు రకాలుగా వర్గీకరించడం జరిగింది. దే ఆర్ ఆల్ఫా అమైనో యాసిడ్స్, బీటా అమైనో యాసిడ్స్ అండ్ గామా అమైనో యాసిడ్స్. సో హియర్ దెన్ ఫస్ట్ వన్ we are discussing about alpha amino acids. So here the amino group, that is NH2 group, is attached to the alpha carbon, then those are called as alpha amino acids. So here R CH, C double bond OH and NH2. Here 2 amino carboxylic acid. So here the NH2 group is attached at alpha carbon. So here the NH2 సమూహం అనేది మనకు ఆల్ఫా కార్బన్ పైన అమర్చబడి ఉన్నట్లయితే వాటిని ఆల్ఫా అమైనో ఆమ్లాలని అంటారు. హియర్ ఆల్ఫా అమైనో యాసిడ్స్ ఆర్ నథింగ్ బట్ 2 amino carboxylic acids. Then next beta amino acids. So here the amino group is attached to the beta carbon. Amino acids are attached to the beta carbon, that is nothing but third carbon. So the type of amino acids are called as beta amino acids or beta amino carboxylic acids. So here RCH, NH2 and CH2, C double bond OH. Here 3 amino carboxylic acid. సో ఇక్కడ మనకు NH2 సమూహం అనేది బీటా కార్బన్ పైన అమరి ఉంది కాబట్టి వీటిని బీటా అమైనో యాసిడ్స్ లేదా 3 అమైనో కార్బాక్సిలిక్ యాసిడ్స్ అని అనడం జరుగుతుంది. సో అదేవిధంగా ది నెక్స్ట్ గామా అమైనో యాసిడ్స్. హియర్ the amino group is attached to the gamma carbon. that is nothing but fourth position of carbon. So this type of amino acids are called as gamma amino acids or 4 amino carboxylic acids. సో ఇక్కడ మనకు NH2 సమూహం అనేది లేదా అమైనో సమూహం అనేది మనకు గామా కార్బన్ పైన అమరి ఉన్నట్లయితే వాటిని గామా కార్బన్లోని అంటారు, లేదా దాన్ని 4 అమైనో కార్బాక్సిలిక్ యాసిడ్స్గా పేర్కొనడం జరుగుతుంది. సో అదేవిధంగా here out of alpha beta gamma amino acids, then only alpha amino acids are occurring naturally. సాధారణంగా మనకి ఇక్కడ ఆల్ఫా బీటా గామా అమైనో ఆమ్లాలలో మనకు కేవలం ఆల్ఫా అమైనో ఆమ్లాలు మాత్రమే మనకు సహజ సిద్ధంగా లభించడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఇక్కడ సహజ సిద్ధంగా లభిస్తాయి కాబట్టి వీటిని మిక్స్డ్ అమైనో యాసిడ్స్ అని కూడా అనడం జరుగుతుంది. మిశ్రమ అమైనో ఆమ్లాలుగా, ఆల్ఫా అమైనో ఆమ్లాలను మిశ్రమ అమైనో ఆమ్లాలుగా కూడా పేర్కొనడం జరుగుతుంది. సో దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ and here around 24 amino acids in both animals and plants are identified so far. So out of these 24, in our human body requires around 20 amino acids. సో ఇక్కడ జనరల్గా మనకు 24 అమైనో ఆమ్లాలను గుర్తించడం జరిగింది. ఆ 24లో మనకు హ్యూమన్ బాడీకి కనీసం 20 అమైనో ఆమ్లాలు అనేటివి అవసరం అవడం జరుగుతుంది. దెన్ నెక్స్ట్ వీఆర్ డిస్కసింగ్ స్ట్రక్చర్స్ ఆఫ్ అమైనో యాసిడ్స్. హియర్ ద జనరల్ ఫార్ములా ఆఫ్ ఆల్ఫా అమైనో యాసిడ్స్ ఈస్ RCH double bond OH or RCH2COOH. Here two functional group is there, that is nothing but COOH carboxylic group and NH2 amine group. Then here based on the alkyl group R group, so there are the names of amino acids are differ. So for example glycine HCH NH2 COOH, here R is equal to H. Then next one alanine, that is CH3 CH NH2 C double bond OH, here R is equal to CH3. And the next valine CH3 CH CH3 CH NH2 C double bond OH, here R is equal to CH3 CH and CH3. Here C double bond O, here in this structures or in this amino acids CH NH2 C double bond OH is the common group to all. So remaining alkyl groups are different. So here glycine R is equal to H, and in alanine R is equal to CH3. In valine R is nothing but alkyl, that is CH3 CH and CH3. And here CH NH2 C double bond OH is the common part of all amino acids. Here R is the alkyl group. Then next one leucine. So here leucine formula CH3 CH CH3 and CH2 CH NH2 C double bond OH. This is a butyl group. And isoleucine, so here CH3 CH2 CH CH3 CH NH2 C double bond OH. This is the isoleucine formula. Here isobutyl group is there, that is nothing but alkyl group. And the next one serine. So here OH CH2 CH NH2 C double bond OH, here R is equal to CH2 OH. In this serine contains additional functional group, that is nothing but OH group. The next one threonine. In threonine, the formula of threonine is CH3 CH OH and CH NH2 C double bond OH. Here R is equal to CH3 CH OH. Here the serine and threonine are contains additional functional groups, that is OH groups, or that is nothing but hydroxy groups. The next cysteine. So the cysteine formula is SHCH2 CHNH2 C double bond O OH. Here R is equal to SHCH2 is the alkyl group, and the next one methionine. So the methionine formula is CH3S CH2 CH2 CHNH2 C double bond O OH. Here R is equal to CH3S CH2 and CH2. Here the cysteine and methionine are contains sulfur atom. Here cysteine and methionines are contains sulfur atom, and cysteine are contains SH thiodiol or thiol group. It contains thio alcohol or thiol group. The next methionine contains CH3SCH2 CH2, that means the ether group. It contains ether group. The next thioether group, that means it contains thioether group. The next one aspartic acid. So here aspartic acid formula is COOH CH2 and CHNH2 C double bond O OH. Here alkyl group is COOH and CH2 is the alkyl group. The next glutamic acid. The glutamic acid formula is COOH CH2 CH2 and CHNH2 COOH. Here alkyl group is COOH CH2 and CH2. Here both aspartic acid as well as glutamic acid are additionally containing COOH functional group, that is nothing but carboxylic functional group. Then next aspargine. So here the formula of aspargine is NH2 C double bond O CH2 and CHNH2 C double bond O OH. Here alkyl group is NH2 C double bond O CH2. Here the aspartic acid is converted into amide, so then automatically this is called aspargine. The next one glutamine. So here the glutamine formula is NH2 C double bond O CH2 CH2 and CHNH2 C double bond O OH. Here R is equal to, that is nothing but alkyl group is NH2 C double bond O CH2 and CH2. Here the glutamic acid and glutamine is both are similar. So the next one lysine formula NH2 and CH2 taken 4 CHNH2 C double bond O OH, or NH2 CH2 4 times and CHNH2 CO OH. Here R is equal to NH2 and CH2 taken 4, that is the alkyl group. The next one arginine. So here the arginine formula is NH2 C double bond NH and single bond NH and CH2 taken 3 and CHNH2 CO OH. Here R is equal to NH2 C double bond NH and CH2 taken 3. Here the lysine and arginine, these two are additionally containing one base group, that is nothing but one amine additional group is containing. So lysine and as well as arginine are both are containing additionally containing one base group, that is amine group. The next one phenylalanine. So here phenyl ring or benzene ring with CH2 and CHNH2 C double bond O OH. The next one tyrosine So tyrosine containing benzene ring or phenyl ring, para position lo manaku OH, the next CH2, CH, NH2, C double bond O, OH. So in this tyrosine para hydroxy phenyl group is there. So here the phenylalanine consisting of phenyl group, tyrosine consisting para hydroxy phenyl group. The next one proline. So in this proline, so pyrrolidine ring is there. So here alpha carbon is attached with COOH, that is nothing but carboxylic acid. The next one histidine. Here histidine containing imidazole ring, histidine containing imidazole ring. So this ring is called imidazole, which is having 5-membered ring and two nitrogens, which is containing 5-membered ring and 2 nitrogens. The next one tryptophan. So this here the tryptophan is containing indole ring. Here proline and histidine and tryptophan are containing different cyclic compounds, that is nothing but heterocyclic compounds. So here proline is containing pyrrolidine ring and histidine is containing imidazole ring, and here tryptophan is containing indole ring. So these three are consisting of heterocyclic compounds in their structures. So these are the 20 amino acids based on their alkyl group which is attached to it. So generally here proline is containing pyrrolidine ring, histidine is containing imidazole ring, and tryptophan is containing indole ring. So these three are containing heterocyclic compounds or heterocyclic rings. So all the above 20 amino acids are based on their alkyl group which is attached to it. So the next one, second classification based on the functions. So here, so based on the functions, the amino acids are classified into two types. They are essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. సో ఇక్కడ ఎసెన్షియల్ అమైనో యాసిడ్స్ని మనం ఆవశ్యక అమైనో ఆమ్లాలు అంటారు, నాన్ ఎసెన్షియల్ అమైనో యాసిడ్స్ని అనావశ్యక అమైనో ఆమ్లాలని అంటారు. సో ఇక్కడ ఎసెన్షియల్ అమైనో ఆమ్లాలు అంటే, సో జనరలీ here the essential amino acids which are cannot be prepared in our human body with available compounds. So that is nothing but these are the essentially supplied through the food only. Generally the essential amino acids are which cannot be prepared in our human body with available compounds. So here the essentially amino acids are supplied through the food only. So whenever we are supplying different kind of food, then only so these kind of amino acids given to the body. For example, here histidine, lysine, leucine, phenylalanine, valine and tryptophan. So these are the essential amino acids which cannot be prepared in our human body. So this is the essential amino acids. So the next one, non-essential amino acids. So here the non-essential amino acids, this type of amino acid may not give through the food only, may not give through the food. So but in our human body automatically these can be produced based on the automatically compounds through different reactions. So this is a non-essential amino acids. So these kind of amino acids are called non-essential amino acids. So here example, glycine, alanine, serine, aspartic acid and glutamic acid and aspargine. So these are the non-essential amino acids. These are the examples of non-essential amino acids. The next one, classification of amino acids based on the nature. So generally here amino acids are classified into three types based on the nature. So they are acidic amino acids, basic amino acids and neutral amino acids. So here first one, acidic amino acids. So here if in alpha amino acids the number of carboxylic groups is more than the basic NH2 groups number, the amino acids are called as acidic amino acids. Here the alpha amino acids, the number of carboxylic acids or the number of carboxylic groups is more than the basic NH2 group number. So that type of amino acids are called as acidic amino acids. So here phenolic and carboxylic groups possess acidic character. So here the examples of acidic alpha amino acids is aspartic acid. The formula of aspartic acid is NH2CH COOH and CH2COOH. So alpha amino succinic acid, alpha amino succinic acid. In aspartic acid it contains one additional COOH group. The next one, glutamic acid. So glutamic acid formula is NH2CH and CH2CH2COOH. So alpha amino glutaric acid or glutamic acid. So here the glutamic acid is also containing the additional COOH group. The next one, tyrosine. Here tyrosine NH2 CH COOH and CH2 parahydroxy benzene or parahydroxy phenyl group. So here the tryptophan is containing parahydroxy phenyl groups, and here there are containing one additional group, that is nothing but carboxylic group present in the structure. So that's why these are called as acidic amino acids. So the next one, basic amino acids. Here if the number of basic NH2 groups is greater than the number of acidic COOH groups, the type of amino acids are called as basic alpha amino acids. If the number of basic NH2 groups is greater than 2, the number of acidic COOH groups, so the type of amino acids are called as basic amino acid, I mean basic alpha amino acids. So here generally the NH2 group is basic nature. So example, lysine NH2CH and CH2 taken 3 and NH2. So here diamino monocarboxylic acid. So here cysteine containing lysine containing one additional basic group, that is NH2. So the next one, arginine. So here NH2CH COOH and CH2 NH, C double bond NH and NH2. This is the structure of arginine. So the next one, histidine. So here both arginine and histidine are containing one additional basic group, that is NH2. So the next one, the third one, neutral alpha amino acids. Here, if in a alpha amino acids, if the number of acidic acid, that is nothing but COOH or carboxylic group, and basic groups, that is nothing but NH2 group, or both are equal, so that type of alpha amino acids are called as neutral amino acids. In alpha amino acids, generally the number of carboxylic acids as well as number of amino groups, COOH groups and NH2 groups, both are equal. So the type of alpha amino acids are called as neutral amino acids. So here there is no additional acidic groups, so as well as both basic additional basic groups. So those kind of amino acids are called as neutral amino acids. There is no additional acidic groups and additional basic groups. So here those kind of amino acids are called as neutral amino acids. So here example, glycine. The formula of glycine is NH2 CH2 COOH. So monocarboxylic acid. So the next one, alanine. The formula of alanine is NH2 CH3 COOH. Monocarboxylic acid. The next one, valine. The formula of valine is CH3 CH3 CHNH2 C double bond OH. Monocarboxylic acid. The next one, leucine. CH3 CH3 CH2 CHNH2 C double bond OH. So monocarboxylic acid. So the next one, structural configuration of amino acids. Here if you observe the structures of 20 amino acids, all the amino acids are containing minimum one asymmetric center except glycine. All other amino acids are containing one asymmetric carbon. Here RCH NH2 C double bond OH. So here example, glycine formula is HCHNH2 C double bond OH. Here observe the formula of glycine. HCH is not a asymmetric carbon because this carbon is not this carbon is not attached with the four different groups. So here except glycine, all amino acids are asymmetric, which are containing chiral carbon, so which can rotate the plane polarized light. So all amino acids are similar structures to the L-glyceraldehyde. So here the formula of glyceraldehyde, C double bond OH, and it containing one chiral carbon and CH2OH. Uh, Here the chiral carbon left side OH, right side H, that is nothing but L-glyceraldehyde. Here this is the structure of here L-glyceraldehyde, because L the name as configuration is come from the OH group is at left side at asymmetric carbon or chiral carbon, as well as the above L amino acid is same. So whenever the L configuration is there, automatically the absolute configuration should be S. So that's why all amino acids have S configuration. Here the observing the isoleucine and threonine are have two asymmetric carbons. So two asymmetric centers are in these two amino acids. So the isoleucine formula is CH3, CH2, CH3 and CHNH2 COOH. So this is isoleucine. It containing two asymmetric centers. to asymmetric carbons, and then next one CH3 CHOH CHNH2 COOH. This is a threonine, and here this threonine also containing two asymmetric centers or two asymmetric carbons. So the next one, the preparation methods of alpha amino acids. So in this methods we are discussing about preparation of alpha amino acids from alpha halo acids, that is nothing but HVZ reaction. So here HVZ means Hell-Hollard-Jelansky reaction. In this reaction, the alpha carboxylic acids are react with halogens in the presence of red phosphorus at 150 degrees centigrade temperature, and it forms alpha halo carboxylic acids. So this type of reactions are called as HVZ or Hell-Hollard-Jelansky reaction. And here these alpha halo carboxylic acids again react with ammonia NH3 and it forms alpha amino acids. సో ఇక్కడ చెప్పుకున్నట్టుగా మనకు ఆల్ఫా కార్బాక్సిలిక్ ఆమ్లాలు అనేటివి మనకు హాలోజన్లతో రెడ్ ఫాస్ఫరస్ సమక్షంలో 150 డిగ్రీ సెంటీగ్రేడ్ ఉష్ణోగ్రత వద్ద చర్య జరిపి ఆల్ఫా హాలో కార్బాక్సిలిక్ ఆమ్లాలను ఏర్పరచును. సో ఇక్కడ ఏర్పడేటువంటి ఈ ఆల్ఫా హాలో కార్బాక్సిలిక్ ఆమ్లాలను అమోనియాతో చర్య జరిపించినప్పుడు మనకు ఆల్ఫా అమైనో యాసిడ్ అనేది ఏర్పడుతుంది. ఈ చర్యను మనం హెచ్విజెడ్ చర్య, Hell-Hollard-Jelansky చర్యగా పేర్కొనడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఇక్కడ రియాక్షన్లో కనుక చూసినట్లయితే మనకు RCHH హియర్ ద హైడ్రోజన్స్ is attached at alpha position, that is nothing but alpha carboxylic acid, and this alpha carboxylic acid here react with chlorine, that is nothing but halogen, in presence of red phosphorus at 150 degrees centigrade temperature, and it loss of HCl in this alpha carboxylic acid, loss of here hydrogen and here halogen chloride. So both HCl is removed and it forms RCHCl So alpha chlorocarboxylic acid is formed. This alpha chlorocarboxylic acid react with ammonia, and here in this ammonia here elimination of one H and here alpha position chloride, both removal of HCl, and it forms RCHNH2COOH, that is nothing but alpha amino acid. So the next through this process we are preparing glycine and alanine, both examples. So the next one, preparation of or synthesis of glycine. So the glycine formula is NH2CH2COOH. Here alkyl group is nothing but hydrogen, R is equal to H. So here I am taking CH2HCOOH, that is nothing but acetic acid. So here H is alkyl group. This acetic acid react with halogen, that is chlorine, in presence of red phosphorus at 150 degrees centigrade temperature, and it loss of HCl and it forms CH2Cl COOH, alpha chloroacetic acid, and this alpha chloroacetic acid reacted with ammonia, and here loss of HCl and it forms CH2NH2COOH, that is alpha amino acid, that is nothing but glycine, NH2CH2COOH. And the next example, alanine. So here alanine formula is CH3CHNH2COOH. The next we are discussing synthesis of alanine. Here I am taking propanoic acid CH3CH2COOH. Here the propanoic acid react with chlorine in presence of red phosphorus at 150 degrees centigrade temperature, and it loss of HCl, and it forms alpha chloropropanoic acid CH3, CHCl, and COOH, alpha chloropropanoic acid, and these alpha chloropropanoic acid react in presence of react with ammonia, and here loss of HCl, and it forms CH3, CHNH2, COOH, alpha amino acid, that is nothing but alanine. So these both glycine and alanine preparation of alpha halo acids. So the next preparation is from malonic ester. So in this reaction, malonic ester react with sodium or sodium ethoxide, and it forms sodium substituted malonic ester. So here malonic ester react with sodium, and it loss of ethyl alcohol, and it forms sodium substituted malonic ester. So these sodium substituted malonic ester are reacted with RX, that is nothing but alkyl halide, and here loss of NaX, and it forms alkyl substituted malonic ester. So it forms alkyl substituted malonic ester, and this alkyl substituted malonic ester undergoes hydrolysis, and it loss of ethyl alcohol, and it forms alkyl malonic acid. It forms alkyl malonic acid, and this alkyl malonic acid undergoes heat at 140 degrees centigrade temperature, and it loss of and here the decarboxylation reaction, it loss of CO2, and it forms alpha carboxylic acid or CHCOOH. It forms alpha carboxylic acid, and these alpha carboxylic acid undergoes HVZ reaction, that is nothing but a reaction with chlorine in presence of red phosphorus at 150 degrees centigrade temperature, and it forms alpha chlorocarboxylic acid or CHClCOOH, alpha chlorocarboxylic acid, and these alpha chlorocarboxylic acid react with ammonia, and it loss of HCl, and it forms RCHNH2COOH. So that is nothing but alpha amino acid. సో ఇక్కడ చెప్పుకున్నట్టుగా మనం మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్ నుండి ఆల్ఫా అమైనో ఆమ్లాలను తయారు చేసే విధానంలో సో ముందుగా మనం మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్ను తీసుకుంటాము. మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్ ఫార్ములా CHH C double bond O OET and C double bond O OET. సో దీస్ మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్ మనకు సోడియం సమక్షంలో చర్య జరిపి ఇథైల్ ఆల్కహాల్లను కోల్పోయి, సో ఇక్కడ హైడ్రోజన్ ప్లేస్లో మనకు సోడియం అనేది ప్రతిక్షేపించబడుతుంది, కాబట్టి దీన్ని సోడియం ప్రతిక్షేపిత మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్గా పేర్కొనడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఈ సోడియం ప్రతిక్షేపిత మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్ అనేది మనకు మళ్ళీ ఆల్కైల్ హాలైడ్తో చర్య జరిపి NaXను కోల్పోయి ఆల్కైల్ ప్రతిక్షేపిత మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్ను ఏర్పరచును. సో ఇక్కడ ఏర్పడేటువంటి ఈ ఆల్కైల్ ప్రతిక్షేపిత మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్ అనేది మనకు వాటర్తో చర్య జరిపి, నీటితో చర్య జరిపి మళ్ళీ ఇథైల్ ఆల్కహాల్ను కోల్పోయి ఆల్కైల్ మెలోనిక్ యాసిడ్ను ఏర్పరచడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఈ ఆల్కైల్ మెలోనిక్ యాసిడ్ అనేది మనకు వేడి చర్యలో పాల్గొని, ఇక్కడ మనకు 140 డిగ్రీ సెంటీగ్రేడ్ వద్ద చర్యలో పాల్గొని అనగా డీకార్బాక్సిలేషన్ చర్య జరుగుతుంది. మనకి ఇక్కడ అంటే CO2 అనేది ఎలిమినేట్ అయిపోయి మనకు RCHHCOOH ఆల్ఫా కార్బాక్సిలిక్ ఆమ్లం అనేది ఏర్పడడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఇక్కడ ఏర్పడ్డటువంటి ఈ ఆల్ఫా కార్బాక్సిలిక్ ఆమ్లం అనేది మనకు హెచ్విజెడ్ చర్యలో పాల్గొని అంటే క్లోరిన్తో మరియు రెడ్ పాస్పరస్ సమక్షంలో 150 డిగ్రీ సెంటీగ్రేడ్ టెంపరేచర్ వద్ద చర్య జరిపి ఆల్ఫా క్లోరో కార్బాక్సిలిక్ ఆమ్లంను ఏర్పరచడం జరుగుతుంది. దట్ ఈజ్ RCHCl ఆల్ఫా క్లోరో కార్బాక్సిలిక్ ఆమ్లంను ఏర్పరచడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఇక్కడ ఏర్పడేటువంటి ఈ ఆల్ఫా క్లోరో కార్బాక్సిలిక్ ఆమ్లం అనేది మనకు అమోనియాతో చర్య జరిపి HClను కోల్పోయి మనకు ఆల్ఫా అమైనో యాసిడ్ RCHNH2COOHను ఏర్పరచడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఇది మనకు మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్ ప్రిపరేషన్. సో దీనికి ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మళ్ళీ మనం ప్రిపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ గ్లైసిన్. సో హియర్ మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్ CH C double bond O OET and C double bond O OET. So melonic ester react with sodium and it loss of ethyl alcohol and it forms sodium substituted melonic ester, and these sodium substituted melonic ester reaction with alkyl halide. That is nothing but here alkyl is hydrogen, halogen is chloride. So this sodium substituted melonic ester react with HCl and here loss of NaCl and it forms alkyl substituted melonic ester or here hydrogen substituted melonic ester, and here these intermediate product undergoes hydrolysis and it loss of ethyl alcohol and it forms melonic acid, and these melonic acid undergoes dissociation and at 140 degrees centigrade temperature and it loss of CO2 and it forms acetic acid CHHHCOOH, that is nothing but CH3COOH acetic acid, and this acetic acid undergoes HVZ reaction, that is nothing but reaction with chlorine in presence of red phosphorus at 150 degrees centigrade temperature and it forms alpha chloro acetic acid CH2ClCOOH, and these alpha chloro acetic acid reaction with ammonia and it loss of HCl and it forms glycine, that is nothing but alpha amino acid CH2NH2COOH. The next preparation of alanine. So here melonic ester reaction with sodium and it forms sodium substituted melonic ester, and these sodium substituted melonic ester reaction with alkyl halide. Here alkyl group is CH3, halogen is Cl and it loss of NaCl and it forms methyl substituted melonic ester CH3 C double bond O OET and C double bond O OET, and these methyl substituted melonic ester undergoes hydrolysis and it forms methyl substituted melonic acid CH3COOH COOH, and this product reaction at 140 degrees centigrade temperature and it loss of CO2 and it forms CH2CH3COOH, that is alpha carboxylic acid or propanoic acid, and this compound undergoes HVZ reaction. Here the propanoic acid react with chlorine in presence of red phosphorus at 150 degrees centigrade temperature and it forms alpha chloro propanoic acid CH3CHClCOOH. This is the alpha chloro propanoic acid, and this alpha chloro propanoic acid reaction with ammonia NH3 and it loss of HCl and it forms alpha amino acid, that is nothing but alanine CH3CHNH2 and COOH. So ఇది మనకు ప్రిపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ గ్లైసిన్ అండ్ అలెనిన్ ఫ్రమ్ ఫ్రమ్ ది ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ద రియాక్షన్ ఆఫ్ మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్. సో ఈ మెలోనిక్ ఎస్టర్ ద్వారా మనం గ్లైసిన్ను మరియు అలెనిన్ను తయారు చేసుకునే విధానంను చూడడం జరిగింది.